Hey guys, Garry here. Thanks for watching. You're gonna have to excuse that noise you hear in the background. We're having some torrential downpours today. If you don't like it, you can turn off now. Don't care. You get what you pay for. Uh, anyway, I did a video a little while back about gear particularly related to snow camo. And I said I would do a video about just cold weather gear in general. And rather than, I had a couple new things, so I didn't want to just, be like, hey, this is and this and this, and I didn't use any of it, so I hope it works. Because I'm a big fan of giving you my experience with the product before I talk about it. Unless it's just a quick, like, hey, look what's out, and we'll check it out somewhere, and I'll report back. So with that in mind, I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying this is the best cold weather gear available. You probably talk to some dudes in like fucking Minnesota and the Dakotas and Wyoming and shit like that, Alaska. Those guys probably got all kinds of cool cold weather shit. I'm in Pennsylvania. Like, we get some negative into the teens, not a lot, but somewhat. So you got to base that with where I'm at. What I have found this stuff to work for in the temperatures from freezing down to negative, just say 10, and how well it worked. And I've been using this stuff, some of it for a long time, but all of it this winter, and including a little bit of snow. Well, I say a little bit. We had like 31 inches of snow at one time, but it went away in a couple of days, and we haven't had a whole lot of snow to deal with. So anyhow, just like the cold weather, or like the snow gear, my cold weather gear I keep in this duffel bag, which is by 17 Sierra Gear. This one is Multicam Tropic with some Ranger Green. If you get anything made in Multicam Tropic, the Ranger Green looks fucking good. 17 Sierra Gear makes some awesome duffel bags, and I'm gonna put their link down here. And right now they're not making any gear, but that's coming back again soon. So I'm like, OG 17 Sierra Gear fella right here. Anyhow, so my bags are color coordinated. I got the Multicam Alpine bag from the other video, which has the snow stuff, and then the darker stuff goes in the darker bag. Almost like I planned it that way. Kind of just how it turned out. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at everything we got in here. I'll unzip it, and as I pull it out, I'll talk about it. So base layers, some silk weight, polypropylenes, Walmart. I think these ones are starter. They were, I don't know, $7 or whatever. Top and a bottom, just for cold, but not absolutely freezing cold, I guess. A couple weight base layers there. The other set of base layers, Army issue, the waffle top, I guess they call it, the Waffle House. But it is the waffle shaped polypropylene, and that helps trap more air in it, so it's a little warmer than the silk weights. Army issue top, and I think the bottoms are Under Armour, and different color, same polypro waffle pattern. That's what I'm using as one of those two as a base layer. Normally, all the time, my go-to socks are these darn tough wool socks. They're out of Vermont, I believe. Anyhow, American company, American made socks, and I use them all the time, so they do pretty okay when it starts to get cold. If it really gets cold, I'll go right to Navy issue ski socks. They're like solid wool. The great thing about wool is if it gets wet, it will still work to keep your feet warm, more so than other items. Just recently, I was out in the range teaching a class. We had torrential downpours, 2 inches of rain over the course of the class, and Gore-Tex boots, Merrell's of course, and Gore-Tex jacket on, military issue thing, and regular old pants. When my pants got so wet, it soaked through my pants into my socks that were sticking above the boots, and eventually worked its way down to the heel of my shoe. Even though I had Gore-Tex boots on, my feet were wet because my legs were so wet it soaked through. So I was wearing wool socks, so my feet didn't get really cold, even though they got a little bit wet. So we'll get down to some outerwear. Hat. I got this North Face watch cap looking thing. It's got like a fleece liner on the inside in addition to its regular old, you know, stocking cap or whatever you want to call this thing. On the top here, I'm getting to it as we go, no rhyme or reason. Pair of Burton snowboarding gloves. They almost looks like an ATAX camo. I just thought they looked neat. They were on some sort of special at Dick's, you know, in the warm part of the year, and that's when the best time to get the cold stuff is. So maybe coming up soon, you'll be able to pick some clearance stuff up. I picked snowboarding gloves because they're meant to be out in the cold, but they're kind of designed for someone who's being active. So I was hoping that this would be the right balance, and all winter long they have served me well. Now we're getting into some of the bigger items. We'll go with bottoms here. Essentially, these are like snow pants, snowmobile pants, whatever you would want to call them. These are my PCU level 7s. I think they call this alpha green. I think. What's cool about these is you can put them on right over top of the pants that you're wearing. And they have zippers down the side so you can get into your pockets. They'll zip all the way open. Elastic Velcro cuffs at the bottom. Elastic at the top, so it'll stretch over top of whatever you got going on. Snap in the zipper. It's got hooks in it for hooking suspenders too. If you're the kind of guy that needs to do the suspender, I have not worn them with the suspenders. They have a waterproof, I don't know, plasticky thing on the knees and the ass, which you can see the ass is worn a little bit. I got these surplus for like 30 bucks, so they stay really warm, like super fucking warm. On the top, going with what else in there? The Beyond Level 7 PCU jacket. Now it's like my big puffy wrapper jacket, and it's a big puffy wrapper jacket. Like, I got the large based off of what size I'm supposed to be wearing it according to it. And it's got a lot of extra fluff in there. I cut the Velcro off the sleeves because I'm not a fan of Velcro. Like, I'm not. It's got some normal hand warming pockets in it, some big giant pockets on the inside, drawstring at the waist, and some zipper pockets on the sleeves. You know, not that I ever really put much in there. I understand the principle of it is so that if you're wearing body armor and whatnot, you still have access to pockets. Here's what's really clever about this jacket. It's sized to go over top of your body armor if it just gets cold and you need to get warm. So you don't have to strip everything off, put the jacket on, put it back on. I mean, you can certainly do that, but it's the way they've built it, it's meant to be able to go over. And then the sides completely unzip like halfway up to the armpits, so that if you unzip both of those sides and leave it as a flap, you can lift it up, get stuff out of whatever's underneath if you want to. As you can see here, this is what it looks like putting it on over top of a chest rig. Oh, another thing, it's got a hood. Hood is big enough to fit over top of a helmet if you're wearing a helmet. Don't have one because I don't have any night vision, so without a night vision I don't find a need to wear a helmet. So overall, it's a pretty nice jacket. Beyond makes a great product. I think I found it unissued, still had tags on it, $100 and some, so not a bad deal. Warmest jacket I've ever worn. In addition to that, the only other thing that really I keep in that bag is a regular old shabog, just to work as a scarf. My Doctor Who scarf. Doesn't he wear a scarf? I don't know. It's British, so I don't care. Or my friend Tom, who wears a scarf. Anyway, so just those things there on top of all of my regular gear is what I've added just to get me through the winter. And being outdoors a lot this winter, being on the range, they've worked great. And I have no complaints whatsoever. If you guys got some cool gear that you use to get through winter, go ahead and talk about it down here in the bottom. I'm always looking for newer, cooler stuff too. I'm cheap, so you won't find no Arc'teryx shit or anything like that. A lot of surplus gear because it does the job all right, and you can usually find it pretty cheap. But that's what I'm rocking for cold weather gear, and let me hear your thoughts on what you use for cold weather gear. Till next time, take it easy. This is where the weird edit came in because I forgot to tell you something. So I'm splicing the video and adding this. So the other thing that I didn't talk about was, other than the socks, what do I put on my feet? So I got these Marr Overlook Ice Plus. So they're kind of like a mid-top waterproof boot. You can see like they got a bunch of like heavy-duty rubber around the toe and coming up the sides. Maybe that's called the rand. I don't know. Anyway, it's got 200 grams of Thinsulate in it, and it's like a mid-top, and it's waterproof. Kind of meant to be worn out in the cold and wet. I got those a little while back. I wore these most of the winter. Just as winter was ending, Marr was having a special, and I picked up these Moab Polars. So they're a little higher, which sometimes, like especially if there's snow and shit, higher is better. I think I like these ones better than the Polar, or what were they called, the Overlook Ice Plus. God damn. Same color pattern. I still got all the heavy duty rubber. They fit exactly the same, but they are taller, so it keeps snow from rolling in. If you're caught in snow before putting like gaiters on. Speaking of gaiters, they have a cool little D-ring right down here by the front to hook the gaiter to, so you don't have to put it through your laces and shit. So as you can see, they are a little different. Mid-top, high-top. Otherwise, they're pretty much, you know, Marr kick-ass quality, and this one has more Thinsulate in it than this one does. This is the Overlook Ice Plus, and this is the Moab Polar. Hey, I know you saw the chest rig earlier with the jacket over it, and you went, oh, what fucking chest rig is that? So my buddy John over at UW Gear made this Swamp Fox rig in Pencott Snowdrift, which is, you know, pretty cool. In the snow gear, there's some stuff in Snowdrift. John actually saw that video and got in touch with me and says, hey, I have a little bit of the material left. Do you want a chest rig? And I was like, well, hell yeah, I want a chest rig. And John has made Jay a chest rig, an AK chest rig, because Jay likes AKs. His only fault that he prefers them to ARs. And I think Calvin picked up one of these in this color in a horse trade somehow. That's what Calvin does. And maybe not, but I thought I saw it laying in his giant pile of stuff over in the corner of the office. I could be mistaken. But UW Gear, the link's down on the bottom. Really cool stuff. I got this one set up for P-mags with mag pulls on them, so it's the right size and everything. And notice it didn't make any noise when we opened it up. So if you're interested in the Swamp Fox, but you probably can't get it in this color because I think he's out of material, what can I say? But check out the link. He's got some really cool shit over there you should try out.